Well, buying a vehicle is a major purchase and can be a stressful experience. The Ontario Motor Vehicle Industry Council, known as OMVIC, is a consumer protection regulator, ensuring rules are followed and buyers are protected. To go over what Ontarians need to know before making that next vehicle purchase, we are joined by Maureen Harquail, OMVIC CEO. Maureen, great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on, Rob.
Okay, so I explained a little bit off the top there what OMVIC is, but maybe go into a little more detail for Ontarians and basically what OMVIC does for Ontarians when it comes to purchasing a vehicle and dealerships and so on.
Yeah, great opening question. Obviously, the first thing is that OMVIC is the regulator of motor vehicle sales in Ontario. Our role is to regulate, to license effectively all of the dealerships and the salespeople in Ontario. And your viewers may not know, but in fact, we've got 8,000 dealerships in Ontario and 30,000 people selling motor vehicles. So a big industry in this province. I think the most important thing to know about us, though, is that we're your resource. We want to be Ontarians' resource before they even start that car buying journey, because it's a really big decision.
Yeah, it is a big decision. It's pressure-packed as well. The whole thing, when you walk into a dealership, is really set up to try to, make that purchase as soon as possible. But what you say is slow it down a little bit, take some time. What can purchasers or people that are looking to buy a car lose out on if they do walk away? What are the repercussions?
Well, listen, if they walk away, if they go into a dealership and they're not happy with what the offer is on the table, there's nothing to lose. You walk away, you haven't made a decision, you haven't committed to anything. A couple things we want to remind Ontarians about is that in Ontario, there is no cooling off period. Once you sign that contract, that bill of sale, you've got a legally binding contract. That's a big commitment, and you've got to get it right.
Yeah, and that's interesting considering you get a gym membership, for instance. There is a cooling off period. But as you say, if you sign the dotted line there, you are committed to that vehicle. Now, what about when someone makes a deposit? What happens then? If you've made the deposit, but you haven't necessarily signed that bill of sale yet?
Yeah, if you haven't signed that contract, that bill of sale, you should be getting that entire deposit back.
Okay.
A deposit does not make a contract.
Okay. And of course, how people purchase vehicles has also changed. There are services like Clutch, for instance, and various online ways that you can purchase a vehicle. How does it go in terms of OMVIC and some of those online dealers?
Yeah, so number one, they're also OMVIC registered, and that's the important thing to note, is that whoever you're dealing with, go to omvic.ca, check out our tool that allows Ontarians to check whether the person that they're dealing with or the dealership that they're dealing with is actually registered with us. So that's one of the first things that consumers should actually do. Whether they're dealing with Clutch or other online dealerships in Ontario, they are registered here in Ontario. We always want consumers to go and check, though. And it is the same process. Obviously, some of the things you'll see with some of those online dealerships is they may have different offerings. I know that some of them do provide an opportunity to return a vehicle within a certain amount of time, because most of the transaction has been done virtually. So they're giving consumers a little bit more flexibility.
Got it.
Yeah.
We've only got about a minute and a half left here, but I wanted to ask you, what are you seeing as the biggest challenge as we move forward? You mentioned this is a big industry. There's a lot of activity, and it's a tough decision. It can be a tough process. What's the biggest challenge you're seeing?
Really twofold. I think number one is that there are a lot of people out there who are out to scam Ontarians, and they want to sell a rebuilt wreck, a vehicle that's been in massive accidents, and they're called curbsiders. And those vehicles will have odometer rollbacks. Those people are not OMVIC registered. Do not buy from a curbsider. That's number one.
Yeah.
And number two, it's really about ensuring that Ontarians understand their rights. And that's what OMVIC is there for. We want consumers to come to us before they even start the car buying journey. We can help them know their rights.
Right. Well, you mentioned the website earlier. Let's put it right up here on the screen. Tell people where they can find more information about OMVIC. Right, OMVIC.ca, right there.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Maureen Harquail, thanks very much for telling us about this and giving us some needed information. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Ross.
This portion of Global News is brought to you by OMVIC. Visit omvic.ca/slowdown to learn more.